Hamilton.
I was in New York a few days ago.
went to go.
How was that?
Different.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, St. Louis was it was an odd heat. It was humid, a little bit like Miami.
I'm gonna coach my daughter's U7 first practice today. So
You'll be all right. It's not too bad out there. Is it on turf or grass?
it's grass.
All right, well, the turf will get you as well.
We'll see how good the grass is.
Start us off, Phil.
Do it.
Okay. So after the game on Sunday, Will was talking about, it's going to take a while to recover from this one. So just kind of what's the practice mood been like this week? How is the team feeling coming into the Dallas match?
Yeah, well, I think it's a great time for Dallas. Again, I think last time we lost to Kansas City 4-1, the next games were against Houston and Dallas, so it was quick to get right back on the bike. I don't think it takes guys long to get past that. We addressed it as a team. We looked at some things collectively and certainly individually. There were some major mistakes, but we take this as a group. We win as 11, we lose as 11, and or even more than that. So, Will's an experienced senior player, and it was good. He was having some words on the sideline, but it was in a constructive way of we just scored a goal and we're just giving up another goal right back on the backside of a goal. So he's got good emotion. He has good intent. So for him, it was good to see him get in and reward himself with a goal. Both he and Emmy. I thought the guys that came in gave a good impulse to the game when they did come in. Obviously, it was 3-0, but I think you saw there were plenty of opportunities that were created, and we got to be much more responsible and diligent in the defending. But we're taking some risks. But I think that's the biggest focus is you're getting down to these last 10 games. There's what the game needs to look like at home and on the road, and it's competitive, it's compact, it's combative. We didn't give up a whole lot in the first half, but we ate 2 goals, and that's just too easy. They didn't have many shots, they didn't have much to do in our half, but we got to minimize those opportunities, and we just got to make plays when we're there. And I think that was the biggest speaking point when we look back at it.
Josh, once you had a chance to look back at the film and everything and kind of absorb it all, what bothered you the most? Maybe you just alluded to it, like giving up the goal right before halftime. But what were the things that really bothered you the most about what happened?
Well, I think there's a couple things in the game. You're going to St. Louis. They're the best in the West. They have a way that they play. It's against the ball more so. They have a directness in their set pieces and their transition. So we knew we wouldn't be able to play maybe as aesthetically the way that we want. So staying away from central areas early just to not bring the opponent in there. And a byproduct of that was we were playing a little bit more behind the line, but they had the ball. We had so many transition opportunities that we did not take advantage of. 4v3s, 5v4s, and we weren't even getting shots out of those chances. So I think that was disappointing. They didn't create a lot in the first half. They had the set piece that was something. Again, I think we didn't pick up the responsibilities real well. And they had the transition at the very end, which that's kind of the 2 plays that I recall. The kid hit one from distance, which if it goes in 35 yards, it goes in. That's a heck of a hit. But on the flip side, we didn't do enough with our opportunities. And then as the game slowed a little bit, we got to get on the ball and play a little more. Don't fear who they are, know who they are, but we still have to play. And I think the second half, obviously after the 3rd goal, we started to play more. We had more offensive quality ideas, but it hurt. That second goal before half hurt.
What's your confidence level right now in the center back position?
Look, I think Julio has done a great job throughout the year. I think center backs and goalies live in a really harsh space. That their mistakes are magnified. But I think Julio, all of our guys, they've built up equity inside this group. So you gotta take the moment, learn from it, and move forward. So I think Leo is now getting to a place where he's somewhat fit. Julio is obviously going to rebound from this, and Matt's newly acquired and getting up to speed with all of us and the rest of his team. But these are good, experienced center backs, and it's on all of us to help provide the right pathway for them during the game, and certainly in moments like we had against St. Louis on Saturday. But I still have full confidence in our center backs, and when we have the ball, it starts with our goalie, it ends with our strikers typically, and when we don't have the ball, it starts with our strikers and ends with our goalie. So we all have a role on both sides of the ball.
What about Leo?
Leo's doing well. He's trained now. This is his 2nd week fully in training, so we're pleased with the progress. I think the doctors, the high performance team, is pleased with the progress. So there is certainly opportunity there for him this weekend.
And I know Leo can't fix all the problems, but what does he kind of bring to that kind of behavior?
Well, I think he brings experience. There's a calmness about Leo. I think when we talked about Leo when he first arrived, he's an experienced center back. He's come through the Scandinavian pathway, which to me is a very organized, disciplined, principle-based defending. So you see that when he plays. He's got good calm, good composure. He organizes well. and he's got good decisions defensively. I think what we're seeing with some of our mistakes is these are individual mistakes in a lot of ways, and how we're allowing guys to get inside or get to positions that are more harmful. So, I've had him in the office. We've talked about it. Him having a little bit more of a voice as well. Players do respect and respond communication when it's inside the group as well. So we always ask for that from all of our guys. But it'll be good to see Leo back on the field if we can get him in this weekend.
Talking about confidence, how confident are you in leading hopefully to a victory this weekend against Dallas and Copa Tejas?
Yeah, Copa Tejas is it's important. It's important to the players. Obviously, we saw the celebration last year in Dallas. We're the current holders, and we have every intent to maintain that hold on the cup. And going to Dallas is always challenging. We went there last time and got a tie, and that was enough to capture it. I think the same would be said today. I know Nico. I know their group. They have a more full squad now. I think we've all been hit with injuries, but it'll be a competitive match. They're a good team, as are we. So we got to go there understanding what they are, who they are, but also with the idea and understanding of what we need to do to hurt them. And we know a win, a tie, and I think that would sum it up for Copa Tejas. So that's what we're looking forward to trying to do.
If you win or draw, you'll get Copa Tejas clinched for sure. Are you going to be able to celebrate on the field, or is the parking lot again?
Those are great questions, Phil.
That's what I'm here for.
I think that'll be discussed, I'm sure, with the supporters, and they probably have a little bit of a say in that. But we'll work on it in the next coming days.
And I guess the last one, a lot of fans were not happy with after a long break and last game. I guess how do you see yourself leading this team to hopefully playoffs and then?
Yeah, no, I think what most who have been in this league know is it's a dogfight all the way down to the end of the season. So usually there's one or two teams that kind of run away and step away from the group, but the remaining 10, 12 teams know it's a grind, and it's always been that way. I've been in this league a long time, so we know exactly what it looks like. We came into Leagues Cup going 4-1-1. We early exit out of Leagues Cup, lost a little momentum, had a lot of injuries again. So first time out, I think we're all disappointed with the 6-3. I don't think there's any hiding that. Now it's about a response and a reaction. And like I said before, when we came out of the Kansas City game after we lost 4-1, it was a real good response. And we went on to beat Dallas and Houston. We went on a good run. So you can't predict what the next 9 games will look after this weekend, but this next one's got to have intensity, it's got to have focus, and it's got to have commitment. This is a rival game, and I know they'll be ready, and our guys will be as well.
You look at it, is this kind of like 10 games, you can put the compartmentalize those and say, because 10 wins can erase a lot of tweets and a lot of comments, right?
Yeah.
Is that kind of how they're aware, they kind of look at it? I mean, I don't want to get too headed game at a time, but still.
10 wins, meaning if we win 10 games?
Yeah.
Well, we go one at a time, as you've heard from me. I'd love for 10 in a row. That I would sign up for it tomorrow. But I think every opponent is challenging. You can see how competitive both conferences are. We have to approach this game as the most important. It's the next game. It's the only thing that we can control. And getting our players healthy and fit and mentally ready is very important. Being physically prepared now to go to Dallas, we know what the heat's like, and so do they. So, being prepared in all areas is important. But we won't look past Dallas. It's a rival. It's for the cup, and it's obviously there's a lot of at stake even in the standings. So every point you can capture in these moments, even if it's 1 point, it takes away points for Dallas at home. So we want 3 points. We're going there to win the game, and we want to be in position to bring home points and Copa Tejas.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thanks,
Thank you,
Josh.
guys.
Thanks.
All right, y'all. Whoever wants to start us off with Saba can go ahead, and as always, shout out to Emily for her translation services.
Shout out.
What was the mood of the team after the match this past weekend?
¿Cómo fue el humor del equipo después del partido este fin de semana pasado?
Bueno, la verdad que muy dolorido por la derrota. Creo que personalmente fue una derrota que me dolió muchísimo, porque obviamente es la goleada que nunca había tenido una goleada así en mi carrera deportiva, entonces fue muy dura, pero creo que esto debe continuar. No quedan 10 partidos para seguir peleando por el objetivo que que es entrar a los playoffs, entonces rápidamente cambiar la página y seguir enfocado en lo que viene.
We were obviously hurt after that loss, especially for me personally. I've never lost like with such a difference in goals, so we were all definitely bummed after the game, but I know that we still have 10 games left, and our focus now is obviously to still get into playoffs and keep doing better.
Seba, 3 derrotas consecutivas, 12 goles recibidos en ese periodo. ¿Qué le está pasando a este equipo? ¿Cuáles son los problemas que le está afectando al equipo en este momento?
Sí, somos conscientes de que no podemos recibir tantos goles. Pero bueno, eso obviamente el técnico con sus asistentes se están encargando de revisar, de cuáles son los errores, de corregir esas falencias que por ahí estamos teniendo en los últimos partidos. Somos conscientes que no podemos recibir muchísimos goles como recibimos estos últimos 3 partidos. Y también somos conscientes de que tenemos que seguir trabajando, que es la única manera que se reducen esos goles. Entonces hay que seguir por este camino, de seguir enfocado en los errores que por ahí cometemos en esos partidos que no podemos volver a cometer.
Sorry, did you want to translate, Emily? Or I was going to ask another one. I didn't know if
You
you
can
wanted
ask
to. Okay. Y desde tu punto de vista, tanto el equipo, los jugadores, el cuerpo técnico, todos están en la misma página, remando en la misma dirección, ¿te parece?
Obviamente todos estamos tirando para el mismo lado porque esto es un equipo. Somos conscientes, como te dije antes, hay que seguir mejorando, así no nos va a alcanzar para clasificar a playoff. Pero sí, estamos todos para el mismo lado, todos tiramos para adelante y eso es lo bueno.
Este fin de semana van a disputar por Copa Texas. ¿Qué tan importante es eso? Y tú como líder, ¿cómo vas a poner ese liderazgo en la cancha para tu equipo, para que agarren esta victoria?
Sí, sabemos que es un partido muy importante, no solo para nosotros, sino que para todos los fans. Creo que la Copa Texas es muy importante para la ciudad, entonces queremos quedarnos nuevamente con la Copa Texas como el año pasado. Creo que va a ser un partido muy difícil porque conocemos al rival también hace mucho tiempo, entonces para nosotros es algo muy importante porque para conseguir la Copa Texas en este año es algo importante, entonces hay que seguir enfocados. Sabemos que es un partido muy difícil, que tenemos que corregir muchísimas cosas si queremos ganar y no cometer los mismos errores que cometimos por ahí el partido pasado.
Y hay algunos aficionados que están más o menos molestos después de tener tanto descanso y lo que se vio el partido pasado. ¿Qué podrías decir a eso?
Es normal, es fútbol. Creo que la mayoría de los hinchas estarían molestos por los resultados por ahí. Pero bueno, esto debe continuar. Nos quedan 10 partidos, no nos podemos bajar ahora. Sabemos cuál es nuestro objetivo, entonces tenemos que seguir por ese camino.
Yeah, maybe kind of piggybacking on what Michelle was asking. Obviously, Josh is talking about Dallas coming at a good time. How is that rivalry evolving? I mean, obviously, you had Ferrero with the celebration earlier this year. Obviously, come Tejas trying to defend that. What sorts of emotions are kind of brought up with it being Dallas and remembering last year and all that?
Como Josh dijo que ahorita viene Dallas a un momento perfecto, ¿cómo piensas que la rivalidad entre Dallas nos hace sentir como ustedes de emoción? O sea, ¿cómo se sienten exactamente?
Sí, coincido con el técnico, creo que es un partido perfecto por el nivel que venimos mostrando nosotros. Por la derrota, creo que va a ser muy importante poder ganar ese partido para tomar ese impulso para llegar bien al final. Creo que lo tenemos que jugar como un derby, como un partido muy importante que nos da una copa.
I agree with Coach. It's definitely coming at a perfect time because obviously after our loss, the importance of winning is even higher than it was before. So we're obviously just hoping that we'll get that win and get into playoffs.
Okay. Thank you.
Gracias, Eva.
¿Todo bien?
Sí, gracias.